how much fragrance you're getting thrown through the house. It's something we also work a lot with customers on because it's probably the most important part of marketing the candle. Throw is a term in candle manufacturing that basically applies to fragrance. We have one called cold throw and one called hot throw. Cold throw is when we smell that before you light the candle. That's called cold throw. Very important for a retail customer. So if I'm working with a company that has a big retail presence, they need very strong cold throw. The hot throw is when the candle combusts and it's actually throwing fragrance through your house. And a lot of that is so subjective. There's no great one person that says, oh, this one's great, this one's great. So we all have different senses. It's a balance, and everybody has their own testing procedures. There's fragrance rooms that are small areas quarantined, certain burn times, and then really it's just like a nose test. There's some light florals that you can just you barely smell, and then there's some really strong cinnamons and vanillas and that sort of thing that'll knock your socks off. We've developed our new Titan waxes, great glass adhesion, awesome fragrance throw. The fragrance stream, it actually comes from the same folks that make perfumes. And you've seen some of those perfumes that are hundreds of dollars per ounce. I mean, it's the same people making those. So yeah, fragrance can get very expensive. When you add fragrance to whatever type candle you're making, more is not always better. So optimizing the fragrance is very important. We want to make sure that when we buy fragrance, it's actually designed for what we're using it for. There are carriers in fragrance that actually take the fragrance and get it to the wick so then it can combust and vaporize and throw the fragrance through your house. When you find that perfect blend of from your wax to your fragrance and the carriers involved in the fragrance and then getting the combustion correct, that's when you truly optimize the whole candle system.